Morning, you beautiful people. I've just finished, about to finish, a longer ride than I expected to. I've done 120 kilometers just now, with the handicap on Tuesday morning by Bike Fix. And I'm going to do something a bit different this time. I'm going to do a bit of a post-ride analysis, just because that ride was so fast, and I just want to explain a couple things to show you guys what's happening, because I haven't done one of those in a while. I think I've done like one other one of those. Also, I'm going to go get some groceries for dinner. So basically, this is the Bike Fix handicap. It starts on a Tuesday morning. There's one group that sets off at about 5 a.m. and then the second group sets off at about 5:02. So I went in the first group this time, and I was with Bailey, who's in the black and yellow just here, and then there's Michael just up ahead of him. I think he's about to come around. But yeah, there's only 3 people in this group, and we only thought there was going to be 2 people behind us, so we thought we had a pretty good chance of staying ahead. So we're trying to keep it pretty consistent. We're just trying to stay out of the grasp of the people ahead of us, and we're just trying to go for it at the moment. We're averaging about 40 k's an hour, and then Bailey starts to get tired. Yeah, this is just the first little part. This is actually just going up to the first intersection now that we go through, and I've got rolled through for my first turn. So you can see just here that we're actually rolling up to another group just here. And this is just where I started to hurt. Now you can see that the lights have just changed for people going the opposite direction. And I think Bailey's actually in behind the group. So that's, I think, Bailey's, I think he got stuck in behind the group. But then I accelerate pretty hard away from here just as soon as these lights change. This is probably, yeah, here we go. I try to accelerate away from this lights pretty quickly, just so that we can get clear of that group that's behind us. But yeah, this is probably one of the fastest groups going during the week. It's probably, I'm not sure whether it's as fast as the Harvey's bunch coming back, but it's pretty fast. So just here now, Michael's on the front now, and I'm sitting in behind him. It's just Michael and I taking turns now because Bailey's starting to hurt, which is alright. It's just happens sometimes. You just have your good days sometimes. But Michael and I are still trying to keep it at a pretty decent pace, because we know the group in behind is starting to catch us. I tried to do turns that were about 1 kilometre long, but I was just hurting by about, once I hit about 500 metres on the front, I was just hurting so bad I could barely stay on the front then, because I just have limited respite. Even if there was 3 people taking a turn, I still would have been hurting a lot, because it was just hard to sit on 40 k's an hour for that long. But yeah, we're going along, I'm not sure what this road is called. I think this is Ross River Road along here. But yeah, we haven't even made the first turn. Basically, we do a big loop around town. We start from just outside of town, and then we go to the outskirts, come back around, and then come back in again. It sounds really big, but it's only about a 30-40 minute ride. I'm not sure. But here we can see Michael's going to come around to the front again, and there's actually a group just up ahead of us, and we've got a red light. So we're just coming up in behind my actual team ride. So my team actually does a separate ride to this, where it's a bit slower, and they just have designated sprint sections instead of a full-on handicap. And I didn't realize until it was almost too late that Bailey and Michael had actually gone off the front. So this is me going past my group just so that I can get on the back of these guys who have now taken off up the road. So I'm desperately trying to get back onto them, and then I do, because ended up they actually weren't too far up the road, which is good, because I would have blown up before I got to them if they're any further than what they were. So we're about to make the first turn, coming back around into town. So, and Michael's just rolled off the front. So we're just sitting at the lights here now. We're heading back into town. We've made the turn. Michael and I were sitting on the front, just trying to keep it at 40. And we're actually just discussing at the moment if we reckon that they're going to catch us or not. And I was thinking that they weren't going to catch us because we were pulling such a good speed and we had about a 2-minute gap, so we reckon we could probably make it. So we're feeling pretty confident. There's only about 6 or 7 Ks left to go of the actual ride, so we're feeling pretty good. So Michael's stepping it up a little bit, I'm sitting in behind him, and we're just going along, and then all of a sudden these guys come past, and there's 5 of them, or sorry, 4 of them, and we thought there was only 2. So they've been pounding along with 4 people going along, while we've only had basically 2. But yeah, so then we were caught by the group that was behind us, basically. So then Michael and I have just we just sit in all the way to the sprint, which is next up. So I'm just rolling off the front here, coming along Boundary Street, which is the road that's coming into the finish now. I didn't actually realise how nice that sunrise was, mostly because I was losing vision by that point. But anyway, we're rolling up to the lights and they actually go green, which I didn't think that would actually happen. I was slowing right down, so I get back on Michael's wheel, and we're coming across the railway lines, which means there's only about a K to go until the finish of the ride. So this is actually where I've crashed one time. So on this particular ride, actually, it was just in front of that building on the left there. So, and then Bevan's rolled off the front. Sorry, that's not Bevan. And Michael's gone to get his wheel, but hasn't realised he's exploded. And this is the point where I've realised that there's about a 20-metre gap in between Michael and the leading group. So I go around Michael and I'm trying to get onto the wheel, and I'm hitting about 55, 56 Ks an hour at this point. That's Ben coming back now. He sees me, and then I'm really happy that he jumped in front of me, because I was really hoping he wasn't going to come all the way back and try to get behind me, because there'd be no chance then. But anyway, I'm sitting in behind Ben. It slows down a little bit. I'm trying to catch my breath, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'll grab one more wheel and get on Bevan. He sees me there and then goes for the sprint again, which I'm trying to get on. And then I've almost lost his wheel, and I'm trying to get back on. I'm still sitting at about 50 Ks an hour, just trying to get onto him. I've got like about a bike length gap now. So I'm just trying to close that down, because if I can close it down, then I'm going to easily be able to actually contest it, but I've lost it now. And Ben and Bevan are about to open up the floodgates and about to absolutely go for it. There's the person who was on the front just a second ago. I pull off to the side. I've dropped in speed massively now. Going only about 45 or so. I go around him. I thought, yep, I'll go for a third. And off Ben and Bevan go into the distance. I'm looking for spaghetti. Shit. I found the spaghetti. Man, these IGA bags, they're weak as hell. I'm really scared I'm gonna drop everything. I've gotten home now. I'm doing some editing. It's upside down, it hasn't loaded quite yet. It's loading there. But I've got to edit the cyclocross video, and I've also got a video from Sunday. Today's Tuesday. This is the Tuesday video. Currently I'm just doing the cert processes, but just let me take off my headphones. Gotta show you. Also, this Peloton magazine is great. If you haven't heard of Peloton, check it out. They're awesome. Oh, I left my towel in here. Okay. Gotta show you some of the bikes that I'm restoring. Actually, I'll show you one of the bikes I have restored. Just someone getting mad. Just let me get over this other side. This one just here. I restored this a while ago. I think it was beginning of 2016 I restored this. Yeah, I restored, it's a Repco Monaco from 1989. I restored that. I've also got this Malvern Star that I'm doing. Malvern Star Silhouette. It's a bit dark over this side, the light here doesn't work. This is 2003, the Repco Monaco, 1989. Then I have, out here, the bikes that I'm currently restoring. This one here is a Malvern Star Elan. It's a bit rusty, but I'll clean it up and do a clear coat. I don't know what that is. I think it's some Japanese bike, and I've got no idea what this is. But yeah, I've taken the handlebars of this one, put it on here, because the handlebars were literally nothing. It was just the bit in the middle, and then all of the rest of it had just rusted away. So that's pretty incredible. But I think the Malvern Star will look pretty good. So then I'll have a Repco and 2 Malvern Stars. So I'll have lots of Australian bikes. So basically, that's it for today. I'm the Cyclist Blogger, and I'll see you later.